What's going on, YouTube? Back with a video today, so let's talk about it. God's plan is designed to save your life. So oftentimes many people, they think that when God says to do something, or he says something in his word, that people think that God is trying to control them. See, this is where many people mess up. Oftentimes humanity, they look at God in a negative perspective. They don't look at it from his perspective. They look at it from their own fleshy perspective. So we're going to talk about it right now. God's plan is designed to save your life. When God tells you not to do something, he is looking out for a betterment of you. He is looking out to bring the best for you. He wants to bring healing, restoration, deliverance, bring the right people in your life, take you to the right places, take you to new levels. That's what God's plan is designed to do. He is trying to benefit you. See, many people think that God is trying to control them and that God is trying to tell them what. Well, God, he is trying to tell you what to do, but he's doing it for a betterment of you. But people think that God is trying to control them, or he's trying to take away their free will, and that God is trying to hold them but to chains, like God is trying to chain them up. You see, many people, they look at God from a negative perspective, and that's what hurts people in the end. This is why you see many people, they oftentimes go out and they try to live life their way and ends up not working out. Because you walk off the will of God, you're running right into a brick wall. Think about that for a moment. When you walk off the will of God, you're running straight into a devil's trap. Satan ends up having a field day with you because you're living life your way and you think that you have the answers and you think that you could do what you want and that there's no repercussions. The Bible makes it clear that Satan, he roams the earth like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may destroy. And if Satan sees you walking after the will of God, he has full access to destroy you. There ain't even no question about that. You need to be smart with the choices that you make on this planet. You walking off the will of God only hurts you in the end. You disobeying God, you not following his plan for your life, you are no different than a witchcraft practitioner. Okay, the Bible makes it clear that disobedience is like the sin of witchcraft. You disobeying God, you make you no different than a witchcraft practitioner, than an obeah worker, than a sorcerer, a warlock, any people, voodoo priests, any of those demonic people, make you no different than them. Because you're disobedient just like they are. You're living a life of sin just like they are. Disobedience is sin, and it's a dangerous sin because you going down your own path. You're basically walking into your own destruction. You're basically walking into the field where the devil has full access rights to destroy you. You see, this is why many people reject God, because they think that God comes with too many rules and that God's going to tell them what to do and all of that. God, he's going to tell you what to do because he wants the best for you. He wants you to go down the right path. He wants you to make smart choices. But you see, God also gives us free will, and many people, they use their free will to disobey God. That's where the issue comes in. You live in your life your own way. You disobeying God, it only hurts you in the end. It doesn't hurt God because God is eternal. He's the creator. We are the creation. He wants the best for his creation, but his creation, which is mankind, don't want the best for themselves. Or they think that the path that they're going down is the best for themselves, but then they find out in the end and it's too late. For example, when God says not to fornicate, let's look at what fornication can bring you. Fornication can bring you stress with you being outside the will of God, which is marriage. It can bring you diseases, STDs, STIs, HIV, AIDS. It could bring you bad family, because guess what? When you're fornicating, you don't have it's not really a family structure. So next thing you know, the kids, they grow up seeing mom and dad not together, and they're going to end up thinking that's the way to go, to have boyfriend and girlfriend and not be married like God says. And let's look at if you're a woman. If you're a woman, that man could get up and leave you, and guess what? You're a single mother stuck by yourself for life. If you're a man, you fornicate with a random woman, you end up getting a woman pregnant, now you're stuck paying child support. Is it really worth it in the end? Let's look at another sin. Adultery. God says not to commit adultery. You commit adultery, you end up sleeping with a married person. Number one, their partner could come after you because there's not too many people who are going to be happy about you taking their partner and you sleeping with them. That's not something good. That could get you in trouble with many people, because many people don't play about their partner. Many people don't play about their spouse. So you doing that, you're hurting yourself in the end. Another way that we could talk about it. Adultery could also bring diseases, no different than fornication, because you don't know what that married person has. That person could have diseases, you don't even know it. When God says not to do something, he's doing it he wants you to be smart. He wants you to use your head. He wants you to make wise decisions. God wants to take you down a path that'll lead you to glory, that'll lead you to do great things in life, that'll lead you to break generational curses, that'll bring healing your way. That's the whole purpose of God's plan. It's designed to help you. But you see, society nowadays allows people like who they think they're smart. They think that they could disobey God and that life will work out their way. And it don't work like that. That's why you oftentimes see people going down their own path and it ends up hurting them in the end. And you see, me personally, I can only speak for me. But I know this is the case because this is the truth. I've never seen not one person disobey God and they end up having a prosperous life. I've never seen it. I've never seen one person live a life of sin and live a life outside of the will of God and end up having a happy life. Every person I've seen done it throughout my whole entire life, they end up being miserable. They end up being happy. You even look at Hollywood. These celebrities got all these money, millions and billions of dollars, and they're still not happy. Many of them are addicted to drugs. Many of them have various partners. They're in their third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth marriage. Many of them end up killing themselves, committing suicide. That just shows that money is not the answer to everything. That just shows that God is the answer to everything. Therefore, it is very important and smart that you follow God's will for your life. No different, I could bring up numerous aspects. For example, if God tells you as a man not to date a woman, He's doing it for a betterment of you because that woman could destroy your life. But guess what? If you're hard-headed and you're stubborn, you think that you have all the answers, guess what? Now you end up dating that woman, she end up destroying your life. Now it hurts you in life. Now you're heartbroken. If you had a child, now you're stuck with a woman who's probably a nagging woman who will give you problems. If you're a woman and God tells you not to date a certain man, guess what? If you be smart if you obey God and think and not to date that man because that man can have a bunch of red flags. But guess what? If you're following your own path and you going your own way, guess what? You might end up dating that man and God forbid that man might end up killing you or beating you or giving you hell or even leaving you with that child and going about his business. That's why it's important that you take God's plan serious. When God calls you to do something, when He tells you to obey Him, it's very important that you follow Him. It's very important that you take God's advice because His advice is to help you as a person. It's designed to bring you the best. That God is not trying to control you in this aspect of He's trying to just limit you to something. No, when God tells you to do something, He's telling you out of a place of love. He's telling you out of a place to help you. His plan is designed to help you as a person and to help your future family and to help people who are gonna probably be saved through you. This plan is designed to excel you as a person. That's why it's very important. But you see, with this generation like to do their own thing because we live in a very ungodly society where people like to think that they are their own God and people like to think that they have all the answers. You see, we have a lot of people who think that they know it all, and you being a know-it-all is a form of pride. It is pride. It's not even a form of pride. It is pride. Disobedience hurts you. Pride hurts you because you end up going down your own path. And then guess what? You know what the sad thing is? When people go down their own path, guess what? Many people end up blaming God, which I find ridiculous. And it's just astounding to me because God is trying to help you. He's trying to lead you down the right path. And then guess what? You want to go down your own path. And again, when it hurts you in the end, then you want to blame God and say God did this and God allowed this. But guess what? You were the one who allowed it in the first place. You never want to obey God. You want to go on your own path. So then it hurts you as a person. So then it destroys you in the end because you think that you were going down the right path and then you end up being destroyed by a devil. You end up being destroyed by your own choices. And then guess what? You would have the nerve to blame God in the end. Lies. It's not God's fault. It's your fault for being disobedient. That's what it is. And you see, that's why people is very important with the choices that you make in life. Because the choices you make in life could either be to bring healing, it could be to life, or it could be a destruction, the death of you. That's why it is very imperative to surround yourself with people who are going to lead you to make smart choices, who are going to lead you into a relationship with God, who are going to lead you to develop a deep relationship with God, who are going to lead you to seek God. That's why it's very important to surround yourself with the right circle. That's why it's very important to bring the right people around you because this generation that we're in, you see the demonic agendas that they're pushing nowadays. From the TV to when you walk outside in the street. You see all the types of stuff being pushed in society. Of course, it means that Jesus Christ's return is near, of course, which is very good for a saints of God. But it also means that we need to get stronger because with Jesus Christ being near, with His return being near and the rapture being near, that means that society is going to be more wicked. The heart of mankind is going to be more cruel and evil. And that's why we need to stay prayed up. Constant prayer, fasting, seeking God, having a strong team around you, a strong circle, a strong church, a strong group of followers of Christ who are going to help you along your way. You see, there's very few people following God's plan. That's what the Bible says. Take the road that few will enter. Go down the narrow path that few will enter and few will find. Because guess what? You could take 10,000 people, even people in church, and out of that 10,000 people, it'll be blessed if you could even find 5 people. If you could even find 5 people who are following God's plan. That's how small the number is. That's why it's very important that we obey God, because guess what? Even though it's small in number, we want to be part of those small group of people that's obeying God, because it helps us in the end. I'd rather be a person who stand on my own and follow God than to follow the crowd to destruction. The crowd of millions that leads to destruction, not me. I'm following God's plan. So let me know what you guys think. Please take this video serious. Follow God's plan. When God comes to you, if he calls you to do something, when he tells you to go down this road, if he tells you not to do something, obey him. Because his plan is designed to save your life. It's not designed to hurt you. He wants the best for you as a person. So make sure you take him serious when he tells you to do something, and also when he tells you not to do something. Stay blessed. Have a great night.